We'll now move to our research presentation. Again, Interim Vice President for Research, Doug Gage.
Thank you, President Stanley. The research presentation is a top highlight and point of pride every Board of Trustees meeting. This meeting in particular falls into our month-long celebration of women in research at MSU, and I'm very pleased to have Dr. Brown present her research today. Dr. Ruth Nicole Brown is the inaugural chairperson and MSU Foundation Professor in the Department of African American and African Studies at Michigan State University. Before coming to MSU, she was an Associate Professor of Education Policy and Gender and Women's Studies at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Dr. Ruth Nicole Brown is at her best when disciplinary norms are disrupted in favor of creating ideas that swing. Dr. Brown's research documents and analyzes Black girls' lived experiences and the practical ways they make Black girlhood with those who love them. Her previous work has explored how Black girls conceptualize freedom, creativity, and relationships in Saving Our Lives, Here Are Truths, or SOLHOT. The SOLHOT program has received external support from the Novo Foundation and the Whiting Foundation. She will be discussing this research and outreach program with us today. Dr. Brown has authored 2 books, Here Are Truths, The Creative Potential of Black Girlhood, and Black Girlhood Celebration Toward a Hip Hop Feminist Pedagogy, as well as numerous essays and journal articles, and co-edited several anthologies. Please welcome Dr. Ruth Nicole Brown.
Thank you to the Board of Trustees and President Stanley, Provost Woodruff, and Dr. Gage for the opportunity to share my research with you. My name is Dr. Ruth Nicole Brown, and it is with great pleasure and a profound sense of responsibility that I serve as the inaugural chairperson of African American and African Studies at MSU. I begin my presentation with the introduction to the visionary work that is building the new department of AAAS. Then I'll share my research with Black girls about Black girlhood and one aspect of the larger work called Black Girl Genius Week. I close with an invitation to dream with us anew. Many colleges and universities do not sufficiently invest in the infrastructure, intellectual and academic projects, and cultural works of Black Studies Department, which make it then impossible for the university to make good on its mission for all students, faculty, staff, and community members. The new Department of AAAS insists that Black Studies uncovers and creates technologies of living for Black people and Black futures. And when we say Black people, we mean all Black people. And when we say Black futures, that is to say beyond survival and into wellness. I am honored to work and build alongside Dr. Tamora Lomax, Dr. Christy Dotson, Dr. April Baker-Bell, Marilyn Duke, and Dr. Joy Coates. Our vision positions AAAS on the vanguard of Black studies. We have been busy in our 1.5 semesters together, getting to know each other and overhauling our curriculum. Currently moving through faculty governance with support from faculty, staff, and admin across campus is our curriculum proposal that includes a revised undergraduate minor, a revised master's and doctoral program, and an entirely brand new and much anticipated bachelor's degree. The outcome of our AAAS pedagogical mission will ensure that our students are connected to Black communities, produce ideas that affirm Black life, and engage creativity toward future ecologies we all need, pushing past what feels like the end of this world, catapulting us into something, place, beingness, where Blackness is always and already expanse, alive, loved, everyday, cherished, familiar, and still very much beyond. As inaugural chair, I am building an infrastructure from which our collective visions for AAAS thrive, and where we are able to reach for new relations and creative expressions of power. I aim to implement structures that support and hold in high regard Black feminist praxis in multiple ways. Integrated models of research, teaching, service, and engagement exceed current institutional legibility as outreach or public engagement because it is precisely more complex, rigorous, and meaningful. In 2006, I founded Saving Our Lives, Here Are Truths, or what we affectionately refer to as SOLHOT, in Central Illinois to celebrate Black girls and to change the devaluing negative narrative of Black girlhood through research and engagement. From the very beginning of my career, the questions I pursue, the courses I teach, the art I make follow the questions, answers, and organizing dilemmas we have in SOLHOT. To make good on the promise of Black girlhood celebration, I created a paradigm shift where Black girls are seen differently than injustice dictates through research. Black girls are not the problem, institutional erasure, the polemic. Black girl genius remains the answer. My first book, Black Girlhood Celebration, Toward a Hip Hop Feminist Pedagogy, was a labor of love written during SOLHOT's very first year. I insisted on collective work through pedagogical experimentations, and I offered a concept of Black girlhood as an organizing social construct, not biological identity, in favor of creating an entirely new field, Black girlhood studies, that centers direct work with Black girls. Black Girlhood Studies is one of 3 pillars in our new AAAS graduate education alongside Black cultures and institutions and Black speculative ecologies. Over the last 15 years, SOLHOT has now offered a reliable structure to do as the work claimed: save lives and facilitate truths. The theoretical inventions and creative processes required are analyzed in my second book, Here I Choose the Creative Potential of Black Girlhood. Poetry, music, stories, theater, social gatherings, the arts and humanities affirm our most cherished truths and beliefs about ourselves. The College of Arts and Letters Culture of Care shows me that Dean Long appreciates what we are after, and new metrics remain called for to get at the very best of what we do. While I created SOLHOT, there continues to be many thinkers and doers who make the celebration possible, as evidenced in both anthologies. As a Whiting Foundation Public Engagement Fellow, I grew the reach of SOLHOT through Black Girl Genius Week. Black Girl Genius Week is a week-long campaign of calling Black girls collectively forth as solutionaries, to use a term from Grace Lee Boggs, and hold space for what they need to say, how they need to say it, and their dream for who we can be together. As indicated on these various flyers, the schedules for Black Girl Genius Week are always place-based dependent, ranging from meetups at the mall, gatherings in public parks, shared meals, and events at the public library. The work with the girls at public middle schools provide the through line and backbone of Black Girl Genius Weeks. After working with thousands of Black girls, at least 50 institutional partners, and training hundreds of homegirls, I know that this work requires a certain level of organization that is mostly hard work and deep collaboration, so that there is also rest in the calling and the doing. Board of Trustees, if you were to participate in Black Girl Genius Weeks, one of the first things you would receive before the work begins is a letter to welcome and remind you that, 1, building community with Black girls is an honor and privilege. No, there is no one way to be a Black girl. Trust that everything they say is truth and freedom strategy. 2, extend yourself in dedication of a Black girl you want known and remembered. We do not model roles in SOLHOT. We show up present with our ancestors and among all of those yet to come who will remember us. 3, bring things you might anticipate we need: water, snacks, a plan that boldly values all of who we are and want to become in a language Black students can trust. Bring materials that inspire our collective health and creativity. And lastly, have each other's back like your life depends on it, because it surely does. Look each other in the eye, meet that Black girl face to face, do all the things the body demands so that your imagination can soar. My current book project focuses on the ways Black Girl Genius organizes us as living witnesses to various qualities of light that render poetic kinship a new theory of radical change, so that Black girls have multiple places to be, dream, and play. Black girls you know and love and live with do not have to pretend like they do not know that success can absolutely mean pointing back to those who grew you, to implicate scale beyond numbers and survey data, that collectivity can make for a kind of social that transforms the worst of our social conditions, whereas the poet Gwendolyn Brooks reminds us, the living do not feel superior to the dead. In close, how can we communicate to people in the future, some 17 billion years from now, that we made the most out of what remains of this current moment, namely the opportunity for major change that does not aim to go back to the way things were, but rather towards a future that makes an MSU education irresistible to those desiring greater justice. There will be more students, staff, faculty showing up with newly informed curiosities shaped by loss, heartbreak, and wonderment that deserve academic, financial, and social support. We need more of us with Black Studies training who know how to sense power in unexpected places, listen for how we sound in chorus, who know how to trust the process, uncertainty, the unseen, and yet radically present. With continued support, the new Department of AAAS will continue to grow because of our comprehensive attention to and distinctive training in Black feminisms, Black genders, and Black sexuality studies. Our fate as AAAS is intimately tied to the mutual well-being of other ethnic studies programs on campus, Black people of color, queer and underrepresented students, faculty, staff, and community members, coupled with the proactive, strategic diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility initiatives. I am certain the visionary work that is AAAS will enable MSU to bring more of us into a future present of our own desires. Thank you.
So thank you so much. That was outstanding. And you have certainly, in a very short amount of time, I think, established a remarkable path forward, essentially, for the department and what it's going to accomplish. And I think, as you mentioned, its intersection on our work with DEI and the need to punctuate the work we're doing or guide the work we're doing with scholarship from our faculty and staff, I think is key to us moving forward. So, and you're doing it in multiple intersectional parts for the university. Obviously, we're going beyond just issues related to being Black and being a woman, but at the intersection of feminism and et cetera. So I think it's extraordinarily important. And I really appreciate the fact that you're here and applaud the board and its wisdom before I came, or maybe right at the time I came in establishing this. So we're very, very excited about it. So thank you.
Thank you, President Stanley. Thank you to the Board of Trustees.
Any other comments or questions?
I would just echo how much I appreciate Dr. Brown for coming to Michigan State University. And it reminds me that it was a year ago at this February board meeting that we established the Department of African American and African Studies. And so I know you came right around the 1st of July and it couldn't be in better hands. And so I very much appreciated your presentation this morning and I look forward to all the good work you're going to do while you're here. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Dr. Brown. It's so good to see you here at Michigan State. I'm just pleased that we have you. And you did invite us to your Black Girl Week. And please do let us know when that is. And we would love to participate. I would certainly be there with bells on and all the things that you named, water, everything else that you named, I'll be there. Thank you so much for this work and for being so committed to it.
Thank you so much. I will certainly make good on that promise.
I too wanted to just thank you, Dr. Brown. What a wonderful and just thought-provoking presentation. I am just so excited about the initiatives that you've come up with. And what excites me the most as a Black girl that's now a Black woman is just the way you're going to transform lives. I mean, this is really important work and I just applaud you, and anything that I can do to be of service to assist you, I'm here to do as well. I would really love the opportunity to work with you during the Black Girls Week. So please let us know what we can do to join hands with you in this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I surely will. You'll receive your letter soon.
Okay, great.
I also just want to say thank you. I really enjoyed the presentation. You certainly put a smile. I can see smiles on everyone's faces. So we're glad that you're here and the work that you're doing is so important. So thank you for showing us what you're doing. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you all and your support.